Commander was never intended to be the primary focus for Magic the Gathering. Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. Today, I wanted to have a conversation about Commander as a format and it being the focus of Wizards of the Coast for Magic the Gathering, and why I think that that is a big mistake for the new player base that could be coming into the game as new players. You know, there are nearly 23,000 unique Magic the Gathering cards that are legal in Commander, 154 unique keywords, which doesn't include the thousands of unique abilities that are printed on those cards, and 1,675 commanders as of this day are allowed to be your commander in the format. Commander is a big game. It is hard to learn. It is not the way that people should hop into Magic the Gathering. But if you go to an LGS, I did this research just around in my area, around the 2 hour radius, Commander's like the main format that's offered on Friday nights in the area. And if you walk into an LGS, usually there's somebody playing Commander. So it appears to be the format that people would walk into to play in Magic the Gathering. And I compare that to recently, my store has been really enjoying Cryptic, which is a TCG that was just on Kickstarter. We had like 13 people at our event this past week, which is about what we have at pre-release for Magic the Gathering, a big number for our small community. I asked this question: why is it so easy to get people to learn, new players who have never played a TCG? Why is it so easy to get people to learn to play a game like Cryptic, but when I try to get them to play Magic the Gathering, they don't like it or they don't want to play? And their answer is, when they sit down at a Commander table, it's just too big. There's too much going on. There's too many different keywords and mechanics, and it's just not a fun, inclusive format for people to learn the game. So as much fun as this format is for entrenched players like myself who love Magic the Gathering, it's not welcoming for new players. And today I want to have a conversation in this video that Wizards of the Coast is essentially putting all their eggs in the Commander basket, and I think that that is a mistake for the long-term growth of the game. So I looked around at those other game stores and I looked around at what they were doing. Friday Night Magic, the main format, the main time where people come together to play the game, and you maybe would want to invite a friend or whatever to hop in and learn how to play. Friday Night Magic in the main format, Commander. So what happened to Standard? What happened to Modern? I know Standard's dead. We've had that conversation before. I've seen a lot of YouTubers talking about Standard is dead because of Arena and all that kind of stuff. But Wizards went all in on Commander a few years ago. Do you guys remember the year of the Commander, right? The year of Commander that has turned into just Magic the Gathering's focus is Commander. It's just Commander. They've gone all in on that. Maybe the big new change from Magic the Gathering is that you're gonna have a Commander, like almost like Companion, but worse and more abrasive. You're just gonna have a Commander in every format, and then it will just be every format as Modern Commander, Pauper Commander, Standard Commander. At the end of the day, if new players cannot hop into the game, then the game is not growing, and that is a big issue. So, this comes from the top. Here are some ideas that I have that I'm gonna try to implement as a store, but also I think Wizards of the Coast needs to implement if they want to see growth in their game. I would like to see promo-specific events. So, you guys remember Friday Night Magic promos, and I hear this all the time, like Friday Night Magic promos, they were stamped, they were special, they were unique promos for them. And I think that they should lean into giving out Friday Night Magic promos specific to events. So if your store hosts Pioneer, you get a specific Pioneer-centered promo, and doing something to encourage people to go to the LGS and play in Friday Night Magics for a new player, for a new reason to go. If you've just been hopping into Magic and you're looking for something to do, and giving them a reason to go to the LGS and get these promos, I think would be huge. Instead, they've got Friday Night Magic videos featuring Post Malone playing in his house. It's just not the same thing. And so I think bringing back that Friday Night Magic push would go a long, long way.
I love Friday.
Another thing, I think Pauper precons. If you guys know, I love Pauper. Pauper is one of my favorite formats. At our store, we play Pauper every Monday nights. We have 20 Pauper decks available for you to borrow and use to play the game and to hop in and learn. It's been a great teaching tool to actually teach people how to learn Magic the Gathering. But Pauper as a format basically gets no support from Wizards of the Coast. So I think it would be awesome. I think it would also make Wizards a lot of money if they gave out or if they sold Pauper decks in like Pauper Challenger decks that are like 20 bucks for a store to sell for 20 bucks. You know, it's a full-on Pauper deck. They don't have to worry about reprints. Everything's so cheap anyway. It saves the customer money because the customer, when they go to buy those decks on TCG Player, it's like a $50 to $75 thing with shipping and all that kind of stuff. So putting those decks together in easy forms that can be on the shelf to pick up and learn for Pauper, I think would work all around the board. But a format like that is super easy to encourage people to learn and to lean into. And then lastly, they can reduce the number of commanders that they print every year. I think somebody made a post that last year there were over 300 new commanders last year, which is wild. Nothing is special when there's that many legendary creatures. It's not legendary if there's 300 of them released in a year. Legendary creatures used to be these things that were amazing. They were crazy. They were exciting. You drop one of them, and now they're just like, oh, you're just like a regular human. You're not even legendary. Like, you're not even that special. They're just like regular, you know, it's just like Joe from down the street, but like Wizards printed a legendary creature rule on him. So, you know, Commander was supposed to be a way for entrenched players to get more out of the game. And at the end of the day, I feel like Wizards and their cashing in on the format has caused it to stagnate the growth of Magic the Gathering in a way that, as an LGS owner, scares me a little bit. It's scary to see all these other games having more and more people come into them, whereas Magic, I just feel like it's just the entrenched players who don't have the opportunity to teach their friends as well, because the card base is so large. So I would just love to see a focus away from Commander. Not that I don't want to see Commander. Commander's great. It sells product. I mean, putting Commander staples in, you know, some of these modern products is great. Like, there's room for that for sure. But the focus being Commander year after year after year is just getting old to me. So I would love to hear what you think in the comment section below. What do you think Wizards can do to make Commander more accessible? I know they had those starter decks, the starter Commander decks, that kind of stuff, but that doesn't solve the problem of being at a table with a bunch of other mechanics. But I'm curious to hear what you think in the comment section. Let me know what you think, but remember to be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.